In this presentation, we will explore the nature of mental models and paradigms. What are mental models, and how do they relate to a paradigm? During childhood and adolescence, we form mental models based on the understanding of reality that predominates in our family and culture. We have mental models related to fundamental topics of life, such as education, science, religion, and progress. And once we have a mental model, we consider that it is true. We accept the assumptions on which these mental models are based without analyzing or questioning them. The vision of the world that embodies various interrelated mental models is called a paradigm. Our mental models and paradigm help us to interpret our experiences, but they can become rigid filters coloring how we perceive the world. We only pay attention to information that is coherent with our mental models and ignore other facts or possible interpretations. The change from an antiquated or dysfunctional vision of society to another which is more aligned with new evidence and is more holistic is known as a paradigm shift. However, paradigm shifts do not occur easily. For example, when Galileo presented evidence for Copernicus' theory that the Earth circles the sun, and not vice versa, it was so challenging for the dominant geocentric paradigm that he was put under house arrest for the rest of his life. Today, many social and economic forces resist recognition of the fact that we are moving towards a new organic paradigm. This resistance generates the processes of disintegration that we see around us. We can compare humanity as a whole to a human being that passes through different stages of maturity. Just as a human being passes from childhood to adolescence to maturity, so does humanity. At present, we could consider humanity to be in the throes of adolescence, rebelling against the limiting structures and traditions of its collective childhood, but lacking a clear vision of how to achieve maturity. Through many millennia, society has progressed from simple units of organization, such as the family, to more complex units such as cities and nations. Now, we are moving towards a planetary society. Countries and organizations need to recognize their interdependence and that the well-being of each depends on the well-being of all. Scientific advances support this vision of interdependence. On the micro level, in quantum physics, events at subatomic levels can have an instantaneous impact on particles that are far removed from the original event. On the macro level, the increase in greenhouse gases released in any country of the world can affect climatic patterns throughout the world. Some of the characteristics of the new paradigm are: it is organic, it recognizes the interdependence and interconnection of everything that exists, it is based on cooperation, reciprocity, mutualism, and collaboration, it embraces the truth that our individual well-being is intimately and inextricably connected to the well-being of all humanity. It recognizes that the life of human beings cannot be separated from our environment. It affirms that the material well-being of humanity cannot be separated from other spheres of life, being intimately connected to its intellectual, social, and moral well-being. This holistic paradigm demands a new approach to the organization of society, in which the foundation consists of universal ethical principles, not materialistic desires. The dialectic of acceptance and resistance to these evolutionary changes gives rise to the parallel processes of disintegration and integration that we have examined. The joint operation of these twin processes liberates forces that are impelling humanity towards the same end. the establishment of a planetary civilization. With this understanding of the processes that are shaping today's world, we look forward to presenting what each of us can do.